less. So we need to take note of that. That as we talk of love, we talk of unity, you have to ask yourself as an individual, am I sowing that? Do I sow that to my family? Or I don't? Do I care for my family? Or I don't? Because if you are sowing love to your family, then you can be able to extend that hand. And if you extend the hand to your next neighbor, your neighbor also will do so. And at the end, we all get united. So, it is important that whatever we do, it should be something meaningful. Do not think evil about each other. For instance, if you see your friend or your immediate person have started to do something good, give that person an encouragement. Give a good direction. Don't discourage that person. Now, why am I saying all this kind of thing, like talking in parables and all this? I'm saying because I want to say something in respect to SSWA, SSWA. I want to say something in respect to that. And before I can say that, in fact, for every man, whether that is a young boy who is here today with us, can we, mother, say to them, thank you for coming to be with us? Because it is a commitment. By you coming to be together with women, we are mothers, we are sisters, and therefore we need your support in all aspects. This is a beginning of unity. If we can be able to move together, it shows love, it shows caring, and therefore we can make a difference in this community. Starting with our small community of Equatoria, and we can extend. And believe me or not, if we are united as Equatoria, first of all, if we are united as women, and we are united as Equatoria, we can be able to extend that unity to a bigger forum. We can be able as women, for instance, as Equatorial women, we should be able to extend our hand of love. We should extend hand of love to our other sisters. Because as mother, we should set example. But I know we do have a lot of challenges. Are we few here? Are we few here as Equatorial women? We are not. We are so many. But look, the number that has come. We are quite few. Why? Is there something that is not right? Yes. As we ask this question, let's remain focused. Because any big things normally start with an individual. And the benefit can extend to many. I can bring one typical example here in the US. If there was nobody that stood up for civil rights, do you think that we would be working together? No. He paid a price, yes. But it is because he had love within himself and he extended that hand of love out. He said, no, we cannot continue like this. We are all humanity. We need to live together. We need to work together. We need to accept each other the way they are. And that is why today we work together. In the offices, you find that where there are minority people are looking, no, we are not having good representation here. Can we get other people of color so that we work together? And this is what we should be doing as women, as Equatoria, as all those who are supporting us. With all other people, we can make a big difference. So what I would say is that let's not get discouraged. The fewer we are, as we move ahead, with a very clear vision, there will always be a product of that. And so we need to move. And we should say we can make a difference. Nobody else can do that, but we should do it. And men, continue to give support to your own wife in the house. Give her advice. If she is still not yet a part of this organization, talk to her. Go outside there. Get interacted with the rest of the women so that you can learn. And of course, we are so lucky that we are in the Western world where you can learn a lot also from others. We have to get some good advice from our friends. But they cannot look for us because we are the ones who need those good information. We have to talk to them. We have to ask them, how have you been able to do A, B, C, D? How can we move ahead together? So if you do that, then we can be able to identify what is setting us back. What are those kind of issues that we are not doing well and it is making us not to move ahead? Now, if there are some other things, some other activities that is supposed to happen, let's coordinate. Let us do things as a team. Teamwork matters. And that is why people say, one hand will never clap. Who is hearing this hand of mine? Are you able to hear that I'm trying to clap it? Nobody hears. But if you put your hands together, it can be heard in a minute. So, let us be together and let us know, as SSWA, we should all know we are not a single entity. We are part of the bigger community, and that is the Equatorial community. Whatever good thing that we do, we should make sure that the bigger Equatorial body know about it, and we should also be supportive. And that is why you who is leading the bigger Equatoria, you have to make sure you don't leave the women away. We are still part and parcel of you. I would like to say, another thing that I would like to say is in respect to what do we need to do? What do we need to do here or even back at home? Now, this is the challenge that we as women We as Equatorian women and we as Equatoria need to think about. Shiva is only, is it 1 year? Who can tell me? 2 years? This is the second year.
Yes.
The first year it was just like staggering. Trying to, might be to crawl and all this. But I need to first of all thank those who actually immediately chip in to make sure that the child should start crawling. And I think we are getting there. Madam Josephine, thank you very much. People, you need to give to Josephine and her team. This is a great job. And I know there are so many men who are also giving support to the group. Please give them a applause of hand. This is a great team effort, because working together would make a big difference for all of us. And so, as we move ahead, we know what is happening down in the camp and might be in back in the country. We know all what is happening. We know also what is happening here. We need, first of all, to start something here. With our youth, what can we do? We need to think about that. Because these are children who are going to be the leaders tomorrow, starting here and back at home. So we need to orientate them. We need to support them. So whenever it is possible, we need to come up with a very specific program that can support that effort. Efforts like, for instance, encouraging them to continue with their education, because without education, there's nothing much you can do. We have like Dr. Monica, she will be going to the camp. I should have been going as well, but I'm tied up with other things. You know, as old as I am, and I think this one, I would like to challenge the youth. As old as I am, because of commitment back at home, I am now in the university, here in St. Cloud State University. I'm doing master program in educational administration and leadership. I'm not just doing it for the purpose of doing it. I'm doing it because I want to be one of those few individuals that can go back home and put the skill into practice. And so, I would like, when we are here, we have to make good use of obtaining knowledge. You know, it is so grateful that we have still our children, they are committed, but those who are not committed, can we take upon us, starting with the family, that we should be able to encourage the children to be committed in education. Because without education, we cannot change the system. We cannot change what we want to do. So, just to conclude, I would like to say, let us always be there for each other. Let us be able to work together and to promote any good effort of an individual or the community. And by doing so, we will make a difference in our community here and back at home. And God bless you all. Thank you.
Let's give her another round of applause. Thank you, Mama. So, because our time is tight, whoever we call up here, please limit your words and be mindful about time. Now I'm calling upon our brother. He considered like a leader or elder person in the community. We gave chance for elder women. Now we're calling upon elder men too to give us a word of wisdom. We're calling upon our brother Ladu Gubek. Let's give him a round of applause. Ladu Gubek, you're most welcome. Sorry, elder, be mindful about time.
How much time do I have?
2 minutes. 5? 2 minutes. You will make it 10 minutes.
Yes, I know you can do that.
Well, thank you. First of all, I think my sister-in-law Jacqueline here is doing a very wonderful job as an MC. So we have to. I wanted to congratulate her for the wonderful job tonight. I want to. I'm told that I have 3 minutes.
You already took 1 minute.
I'll try to do my best within these 3 minutes. Now, this is Thanksgiving, and of course, it is a special day for us as the community to come together and be thankful for things that have happened in our community. And first of all, I want to begin by extending a word of gratitude to the team of these dedicated women that have, for 1 year now, made this community a very vibrant community, a community that is growing, and a community that is giving light, and a community of hope. So, congratulations to the group of SSWA for the wonderful job that you are doing. Now, there are many things, of course, to be thankful of in this community. I'm very sure that we have kids that have graduated from high school, and I'm sure that there are kids who have graduated from college. Those are all wonderful things that we have to be thankful for. And I'm also very sure that we have those who got married also this year. Do we? Yes. Okay, if we do, then also we have to be thankful for. And I'm very sure also for Iyal will do. So for those babies also in our community that have recently joined this vibrant community, we have to be thankful for. And also, of course, can fi Iyal go will do manafi Iyal ge hamilo kama. So also
Iyal ge hamilo?
Mami, this one, who have conceived. So hoping also that next year, we will pay Iyal will do. So that means the community is growing. So these are all the special things that we have to be thankful for. Now, since I have probably 2 minutes left,
Your 3 minutes is done.
I want to dwell with you on few important things. As women, I challenged you last year. I made it very clear that as you begin this road of women leadership and women organization coming together, there will be challenges ahead of you. And I'm sure you have experienced some. And I'm sure that some of you have given up. And I'm sure that some of you have determined that regardless of intimidation, we must stay the course. And it is because of that spirit that has brought us here. In any organization, especially in an organization of women and other minorities, there are always three important and fundamental stages that characterize the struggle. The first is fear and insecurity. That stage is very critical because you are always put down by others. So you are always put down. Then you begin to develop the sense of self-esteem. You feel that you may not be able to do it. Sometimes you don't want to come out. And sometimes you create activities because you don't want to go there. And by yourself. But then the state comes to a pass, and then it reaches a stage which I would call rebellious independence, whereby anybody telling you something that you cannot do it, you say, no, we are qualified and we can do this. Which of course follows by a stage of normalcy, which is the stage of complete independence, whereby you feel that your vision has been fully accepted and you feel now humbled and you are doing the right course. So it's no longer you fighting to make it happen, but now people have come around and have accepted this as a wonderful vision. Now, I am sure you are either at the second stage, moving to the third stage, or approaching the third stage. Or some of you may be struggling with the first stage of fear and insecurity. But what can you do as a community? What can you do as women? I believe the most important thing is how do we preserve the cultural identity of Equatoria? How do we leave a powerful tool of Equatorianism to these children? I asked a question last year, and I still ask this question tonight. Are we going to have Equatorian community 50 years from now? If we say yes, then what do we do? As you know, during the transatlantic slave trade, many of our brothers and sisters were brought from different countries in Africa. They came here as Kenyans, they came here as Congolese, they came here as Nigerians, but they did not keep that identity. After years, since they were pushed around without their choice, they have even forgotten to teach their children because of the pressure they were in, the identity of where they are from. Now today, they call themselves African Americans. Are we going to call these children of ours 50 years from now African Americans? Or they are going to be Equatorian and South Sudanese Americans? And this is very critical. Every year we come together and we throw Thanksgiving party. This is one important event. But let's think of having an Equatorian house, a building whereby the kids can come together every weekend and play. How do we do it? We think it's often very difficult. But my friends, we can begin it in different ways. We can all come together. Some are shareholders. Those who can afford can become shareholders with, let's say, $5,000, some $4,000, some $2,000, some $3,000, some $1,000. And with this size of our community, I am sure we can raise at least $100,000. Once we have that, then we can now go out for help and say we need to buy a building, and sometimes a government can donate for us a building that we can renovate with this $100,000. And we can carry on activities there. Giving an identity, a physical identity to this community that the kids can come to. And of course then a lot of our activities, cultural activities, can continue, and historical events. This is one sign of having us, at least having a greater hope that someday these kids, and they will transform it. They will transform it to a bigger community. If we buy a small house, they will transform it to a bigger community center someday when we are no longer around.
3 minutes is
So,
over.
I know 3 minutes is over, but let me end with this wonderful note. Ejama, as women, let me say we all are thankful for all your work. The great women, great elder women among us, 2 of them have preceded me here tonight. We have Mama Helen, Dr. Monica, Mama Esther, I don't know whether she's here or she's not here tonight. They have given us wonderful and many others continue to give us spiritual guidance to this community. But tonight, I want to honor, for us in our community, we always honor people when they are gone. But I want tonight, for all of us to thank a great woman who from a young age has risen to challenge men and was elected to the National Assembly. In Khartoum, she served honorably, and also at the National Assembly in South Sudan, in Juba. And from a young age, she has worked so hard to activate, to participate in women activities, fighting for women's rights and fighting for the rights of the people of South Sudan for their own independence. And later on, when our country also went astray, she stood up and challenged the status quo and challenged the SPLM government. She became a rebel and always called herself a senior rebel. She says she has dedicated her life to the struggle and for human justice, human freedom and justice from a very young age. Today, my friends, our great leader, who is currently in pain, we pray that God will intervene, but I want us, all of us, to honor and to thank Honorable Nyoka Agnes for her service to the Equatorian community, to women, and to the Republic of South Sudan. Thank you, Nyoka, for all that you have done to this community, to women, and I pray and hope that there will be many Agnes Nyoka in the Republic of South Sudan who will carry to the court with the belief that someday a great woman will be president of the Republic of South Sudan. Thank you very much.
That was more than 6 minutes.
But it was great speech.
Thank you very much. And with these kind words, we need to thank God. And I'm calling upon my brother Hamis to give us one song, and then we will proceed.
God, guys, it's gonna be speech all night. Yeah, we're leaving at 10 o'clock.
I've been asked to give a song, but thank goodness for the technology. And I told you and I promised you guys many times that our brother has been working so hard. So he's gonna help me again. And if you wanna challenge him, just do it the way he did it before. For those who are sitting down, continue sitting. For those who are going to stretch, DJ. All the way to South Sudan. Yes.
Records.